Welcome back to our Unit 1 look at measurement. Well, let's take a look at some quantities that are in fact exact. These are not measurement based. For example, a small number of things such as 23 apples, that's an integer. There's no fractional part and no uncertainty. A defined quantity such as pi, although the decimal expansion is infinite, is also exact. And there are other exact relationships as well. For example, 100 centimeters are present in 1 meter exactly by definition. And so these will never have estimates. But we must always estimate the last digit of any measurement. For example, if I draw myself another ruler and put some scale marks on it, let's call them 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 centimeters. And then add a few extra marks here. Let me work on this. What I want to do is get 10 subdivisions of that between 2 and 3. And let's put a nail down here. And I'll have it go about this far and use a red line. Well, I think that's 2.3 something. 2.3, I'll say 4. That last measurement is a guess. It is uncertain. And do guess it. Even if you think it's a 3, 2.33 or 2.34 or maybe even 2.35. What I want to really emphasize here is what happens if the nail were to land exactly on what appears to be a whole number, such as 3. Let's just say that it looks like it landed exactly on 3. It's not 2.99, it's 3. But how do you write it? Well, it's got the same number of divisions and subdivisions as the other measurement, so it will have 2 decimal places. It will be 3.0 and another 0. Here we are using zeros in a way we don't use them in math class. We're using them to show the precision or the number of subdivisions on the ruler. We do this all the time. If the ruler has a different number of lines, then there'll be a different number of decimal places in the measurement. Here's a shorter nail that, let's say, lands exactly on the 1. Well, there aren't as many divisions. We'll call this 1.0. That 0 is related to the fact that there's fewer divisions between 0 and 2 than there are between 2 and 4. Of course, if we have a nail that comes in between, let's say, 1 and 2, and let's say we draw the line there, then with fewer divisions we get fewer decimal places. This is correctly written as 1 point, well, let's say 4. I think that's a pretty good estimate. The point is that in these measurements there is always an uncertain part. In the first two, the uncertain part was in the 100th place. In the second two, it was in the 10th place. But there will always be an uncertain digit. The other ones are certain. And you can have many certain digits, or perhaps just one, as in these cases. Well, that's pretty much it. What we need to do next is look at what happens when we add and subtract them.